a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan.
120,000 persons of Japanese ancestry were transported to an assembly center where they lived for months, eventually being transferred to one of 10 relocation centers.
I'm Judy Coe.
I'm David Coe. I'm Judy's husband.
My name is Casey Coe, and my grandmother, my mother's mother, was here at Heart Mountain along with the rest of her family.
She was about 16 when she came here, and to her it was kind of like summer camp. The main thing that she talked about camp was hiking to Heart Mountain. I didn't realize that it was so far away from the camp to the base of the mountain, and then you had to go up the mountain. It was just a long walk.
It was really after she passed away that we felt like we owed it to her to come back. We felt like it was something that needed to be done.
Initially, her idea was to bring her mother's ashes back to Heart Mountain and to climb the mountain as a tribute to her.
After last year's pilgrimage, we climbed Heart Mountain, and then when we got to the top, we spread some of her ashes.
Pretty intense.
Yeah, it was powerful.
Yeah.
Realizing what we had just gone through and how difficult it was, and then they had to go, how many more miles just to get to the mountain, let alone climb the top. So it was a full circle moment, and then we brought her back. So it was pretty cool.
It was just so emotional. Yeah, it was so powerful. Going to the center today, we were on the bus, and I was on the side of where you can see the mountain. And so when I saw it, and as we approached it closer and closer, I really got emotional about it, because it was just like, oh, there's my mom. I thought that last year, some of those emotions coming up had resolved itself, but it's still there. And so it was, it's okay.
I wasn't sure what to expect from the pilgrimage. I knew it would probably be a very emotional and deep situation, but I also realized after last year that I had a lot more positive feelings about coming here, and although there are things to be resolved in intergenerational trauma and that such, I think that the power of these pilgrimages is that it brings something positive and creates more community out of a terrible situation. And so those things, those positives, I think far outweigh whatever could have possibly been thrown at, past generations, because we're still here and we make it a choice to come together.
We made a lot of friends, we met a lot of people, and it just felt like a big family, and everyone had something in common. And so it just felt good to be here.
It's something that I truly believe is part of the healing process, but I know tons more people that I just had no idea were around.
It seems to be such a universal attitude, and it's a selfless attitude. It's not, oh, poor us, look what happened to us. There's none of that.
They felt like, okay, this happened to us. It was not good, but we're gonna move on. We're going to look to the future. We're not going to keep on going back to the past.
It's all about community and telling the stories, preserving the history, and making sure that people are aware that we can't allow it to happen again.
The only way to truly acknowledge and pay tribute to what happened and the suffering that my grandparents and everyone else involved had to deal with is to be an advocate to make sure that it does not occur ever again. It can't be undone, but it can certainly be prevented.
It's really inspiring for me as a non-Asian to see how universally the JA community wants their experience to be a cautionary tale for current events.
And it's not even about my next generation or my children, it's just everyone. So it's not that I feel bitter, but I do feel a weight to make sure that it doesn't die, it doesn't go away, because it's still hard, and that has to be dealt with. We are literally watching history get made. That's pretty powerful.